Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lily. I just want to say welcome. I'm so glad that you're watching today. My channel is a place where I share all of my healthy, vegan, mostly whole food plant-based recipes with all of you. So today I'm coming to you with a fall favorite. It is a vegan white chicken chili soup recipe. This recipe is super easy. It comes together within about 30 minutes and it can be made ahead of time and you can actually store it in the freezer, which is what I've done. So it's very meal prep friendly, I guess you could say. And it's also a fall staple recipe in my opinion. So stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how to make this delicious vegan white chicken chili recipe. So for this vegan white chicken chili, I'm gonna be using some chanterelle mushrooms. In place of these, because I know they are hard to find and they're kind of pricey, in place of these you could use oyster mushrooms or you could use jackfruit. Also you could grate super firm tofu. That would be really good. But to start off, I am just gonna saute these mushrooms, and this is probably about 2 cups worth of mushrooms. But I'm gonna shred them because you don't really want to cut these because that kind of messes up with their texture. So you just kind of want to pull them apart and shred them into the pan. And you don't want to have any water in your pan. You want to dry saute these until most of the liquid is out of them. See, they shred beautifully. They look, honestly, like chicken. Once the mushrooms are good and dried out, which they are once they start like sticking to the pan like this, and you can see they've shrunk in size also, then you can add in 1 yellow onion diced. And just continue to saute. Next, I'm gonna add in 1 jalapeno pepper. I deseeded it and diced it really small. If you don't like any spice or heat to your chili, you can just omit this. Next, I'm going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And then 1 teaspoon of cumin, or heaping teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of chili powder, about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm almost out of salt, so that'll have to do it. A tablespoon of minced garlic. And I'm just gonna saute all of the spices and the garlic for just about a minute or 2. And then we're gonna deglaze the pan and get all of this goodness off the bottom of the pan. So I'm gonna deglaze the pan with some salsa verde. And this is in place of like tomato sauce and like a regular chili. And then for some good flavor, I'm gonna be adding in some diced green chilies. I like the hot ones, but you could get mild. Just gonna mix all that together and really scrape the bottom of the pan. Make sure you're using a silicone spatula if you're using non-stick. So that is where all the flavor is. And then I'm gonna add in about 2 or 3 teaspoons of Better Than Bouillon vegetable broth base. You could also just use vegetable stock instead. And then I'm gonna be adding in 3 cups of water. Then I have 2 cans of cannellini beans, and I'm just gonna add these in. You could really swap out for any kind of beans that you want, but to keep it like a white chicken chili, use some form of white beans. And then I'm also gonna be doing a cup of fire roasted frozen corn. We're just gonna stir this together, bring it to a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer for about 15 minutes. Okay, so the soup has been simmering for about 15 minutes, and it looks really, really yummy. But to amp this up a little bit, we're gonna pour in some blended silken tofu. So this is just 1 container of silken tofu, and I just blended it in my high-speed blender, and it's just gonna go straight in there. And this will also give us a good boost of protein in the soup. There are many other things you can use to make the soup creamy. You could use cashews and do like a cashew cream. You could use cauliflower and blend that with some soy milk and use that. Or you could just blend half of the soup and put it back in after you blend it, and that will also make it creamy and thicken it a little bit. So depending on how thick you like your soup, you could have done more or less water. I just did 3 cups because I knew I was gonna be adding in this silken tofu. But you definitely could do 2 cups if you want it thicker, or 4 cups if you like it thinner. And just stir it until the tofu is all nice and combined in there. And it looks so yummy. So once it is finished cooking, then you can add in your lime juice. So I'm just gonna squeeze 1/2 of a lime in here. And then I like to serve it with more lime as well. If you don't have a lime, just use a lemon, and it will do the same thing. So I cut up some corn tortillas, and I just air fried these for a few minutes, like about 6 to 8 minutes. And they're so crispy, perfect to go on top of our soup. Plate this up. I just like to serve it with a few pieces of avocado, fresh lime wedge, a few of my tortilla chips, and then either fresh cilantro or fresh parsley, just something a little green on there. Let's give this delicious vegan white chicken chili soup a taste. Now this is delicious and also really hot. If you make this, you have to make these easy corn tortilla chips to go with it, because they're just so good and so easy, and they're oil-free. So good with the soup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really, really enjoyed this recipe. This is one of my favorites to make lately, and I hope that it becomes one of your favorites. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to comment down below. Give me your name, where you're from, and comment chili so that I know you've made it to the end of the video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you're having an amazing fall, and I can't wait to see you very soon in another video. Bye!